BackBeat is proudly sponsored by the Santa Barbara Bowl. Welcome to BackBeat, a show highlighting people that make a difference using music in our very own community. I'm Shannon, and we tape our show right here at Playback Recording Studio, a cutting-edge facility for film, television, and music production, located in the beautiful city of Santa Barbara. Coming up, guest host Jeff Timer from New Noise interviews the talented musicians that have appeared on BackBeat this past year. Find out what they are up to and what New Noise is all about. Also, what does New Noise, Los Lobos, Seymour Duncan, and the Santa Barbara Bowl have in common with after-school music program Notes for Notes? Jeff will answer that too. So keep it here and keep it loud. We'll be right back. Santa Barbara Bowl's education outreach provides much needed support for music and performing arts events and programs for area students. $1 of every ticket sold to bowl events helps to fund arts education throughout Santa Barbara County. A big thanks to Playback Recording Studio for supplying the location for BackBeat. Playback Recording Studio is a cutting-edge recording facility for film, television, and music production.
Welcome to BackBeat. I'm Jeff Timer with the New Noise Music Foundation. Thank you to Shannon for letting me take over the show. It's going to be a fun one. New Noise Music Foundation produces concerts throughout the year, as well as our annual music conference and festival. It takes place in the fall. We have over 50 artists and 50 speakers throughout 3 days and take over Santa Barbara. All our clubs, Velvet Jones, Soho, Whiskey Richards, Muddy Waters, and the Funk Zone, a special street festival. So make sure to go to newnoisesb.org and check out all the action that happens every fall. But let's get into it. Right now we want to talk about Notes for Notes annual fundraiser, one of my highlights of the year. This year we had an amazing artist, Los Lobos, straight out of East LA. Los Lobos took over the Libero for a very special night that BackBeat was there to capture. Special guest artist Joe Bonamassa opened up the gig for a great night of music along with the Notes for Notes kids. The night was sponsored by the Santa Barbara Bowl Foundation Education Outreach Committee, and along with Seymour Duncan and New Noise Music Foundation produced the show. So without further ado, BackBeat's going to take you backstage at the Libero Theater for Los Lobos, a special fundraiser for Notes for Notes. Check it out.
You just saw this guitar playing on their famous song. We're going to sign it and auction it off live now.
So tonight's event, the second annual Seymour Duncan benefit concert for Notes for Notes. This basically helps us keep the studios open and running, and it helps open new ones. We're a nonprofit organization. We build after-school recording studios. They're packed with everything from drums, guitars, keyboards, turntables, digital music workstations, and a full recording studio giving kids completely free access to create, explore, and record music.
It's a particular privilege tonight to be standing here 1 year later for our second annual benefit concert. So thank you very much.
There's value, there's real value in instilling more of a positive kind of outlook. And I think music enriches people's lives in a positive way.
You know, we do whatever we can to give back to the community because the community needs it, and because it's very important for us to give back the blessings that we've had in music. So that's why we're here.
Everything we've ever done always involves kids. We don't get involved in politics or political fundraisers or anything like that. It has to involve kids.
It started out with just pickups and all the guitars, and then it came from when Rod had that idea. It's like, oh, we should maybe put together a show. Like, there's something here. Santa Barbara doesn't have it, yet we got this local legend who makes guitar pickups for the world's greatest guitar players in our backyard. As a supporter of them, and last year when it was coming up on their 35th anniversary, it's like, how do we commemorate that, and how do we bond, as Seymour Duncan, bond themselves to the community and give back? So since we'd already been working with them, then it came from Evan and MJ and the introduction to Kathy, and then everyone was on board. It was all engines go.
That's something we always support. I mean, kids and music that's a strong point.
These artists came together to donate their time to make this happen, which makes the studios happen. So it's really a message of like the power of music and what music can become and where it can go from there.
The real reason I'm here, which is to introduce to you someone very special and a very good friend of mine. It was 2007 when I met Philip Gilly.
One of the responsibilities I take the most seriously at the board level is we are here to help a young man achieve a dream and to protect that culture, no matter how far we go with it.
He was 23 years old at the time. He was parking cars at Lucky's, and he and a friend and a credit card had gone out and bought some musical equipment so that they could introduce their little brothers. They were in the Big Brother, Big Sister program, to just introduce them to some music. And with the support of the city of Santa Barbara, their new teen center, they had gotten started with just a dream. They had really no idea how they were going to pull it off. They just got started.
He told me, hey, come on down to the West Side Music Box one day and at the Boys and Girls Club. So I went down and immediately I was hooked and I loved it.
And it's just been a great experience for me to learn how to play different types of instruments for free.
Did the Notes for Notes summer camp, and from there I got introduced to all these guys and to Taylor and Dakota, and from there I joined the Notes for Notes band, and I met all these guys, and we just been jamming and playing some shows around town, and now we're here at Floribero.
This group is great. It's really eclectic. We started out with a couple of kids a couple years ago. We've had a few of them kind of wander in over the last few months from different musical programs. Very fortunate to have the chemistry that they have naturally.
It's a genuine honor. It's a privilege for me to now introduce him to you. Ladies and gentlemen, our fearless leader and founder, executive director, Philip Gilly.
All about building relationships through music. Music's just that conduit. We happen to build really cool studios with a lot of cool stuff, but it's what happens inside. It's what happens, you just saw on stage, like all those youth connecting and making music, and that's what it's all about. And we would not be here, I would not be here, I'd still be parking cars at Lucky's. Not that there's anything wrong with that, I really do. But, we've only gotten here because of all the relationships that have made that possible.
Music is happiness for a kid, for a youth, for an adult, for everybody. So for us, holding hands to hands with Notes for Notes and helping these kids and giving them the joy of music is what our business in the Santa Barbara community should be doing.
MJ really is our secret weapon because she's not scared to just call these guys straight up and say, hey, I want you to play for Notes for Notes. And they do, because A, they love MJ, and Evan, and Kathy, and all the Seymour Duncan crew, and B, they like our cause. When they hear about what Notes for Notes is doing, they want to support it.
MJ managed to work her magic and get Steve Miller to come on for the first one. She worked her magic again this year and got Los Lobos. Evan secured Joe. So the event is growing to be what we hope it becomes, which is sort of our own version of the Bridge School benefit, where it's like you never know who's going to show up on stage. And that's the importance of the night, is you just want to go because it almost doesn't matter who's playing. It'll be a good time, and the impact that a show like this will make on Notes for Notes, and being able to open up more studios, sustain them, and at the end of that, introduce more kids to music.
Here's a short note for you. Positive proof that music can be the best mind trainer. Only 10% of the students at Oxford University study music, yet this 10% takes 75% of all the school prizes and scholarships. This was the average for a period of 30 years.
Where do I stand in the palm of your hand? Be in that man's place, you'd be sitting.
And we're back with Rachel Commare from Teen Star Santa Barbara 2012 winner. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, Rachel, tell us a little bit about the experience of Teen Star Santa Barbara. I know it took you a long time to get to the finals and finally take the crown.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that experience for those who aren't familiar with it.
Yeah, it's probably the most friendly experience I think you'll ever have. You see, just in the music business in general, it's very cutthroat, and Joe Lambert does a very good job of making it very friendly and very like, we're here to support you and like cheer you on. It's really
very professionally done, I have to say. It's at the Granada Theater here in Santa Barbara. And what was your final song that you played to take the crown?
I sang Not Over You by Gavin DeGraw.
Right.
Did songs that were very popular on the radio at the time, so that like I could get more people interested. Like, oh, I know this song, so I'm gonna vote for her type thing.
And people texted and they voted on the spot.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And so now you've graduated high school and you're almost 18 years old and you're going to Westmont, right? And so what do you want to do in the future? Are you going to be playing shows in Santa Barbara? Are you going to keep expanding your audience?
Yeah, saying yes to like every gig I get the chance to.
Good.
Never know who's listening, but I'm also pursuing academic career at Westmont as well.
Well, that's amazing. And you have a new video, right?
I do.
And what's it called? Let's introduce it and let's play it right now.
Okay, When You Had My Heart.
Not sure where my heart is, where it should be, where I want it. Whose love am I playing with? Is it the one I had, the one that didn't stay? The one that didn't stay. Listen, I should have taken what I was given and held on tight, but I couldn't, I knew I wouldn't. I let you slip away. Slip away. Where do I stand? In the palm of your hand is a place I would have taken easily. Oh, you got my heart on a string. It's just a single thing, a single word, and I'm back where we were when you had my heart. When you had my heart. Finding my way, and that ain't hard to say, but it shows I got lost. Spare me all your pity, 'cause I've laid it down and given everything. I've given everything. Where do I stand? In the palm of your hand is a place I would have taken easily. Oh, you got my heart on a string. It's just a single thing, a single word, and I'm back where we were when you had my. I'm living by a chance that isn't there anymore. But trust me, babe, I'll find someone who will love me more. Where do I stand? In the palm of your hand is a place I would have taken easily. Oh, you got my heart on a string. It's just a single thing, a single word, and I'm back where we were when you had my heart. 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 When you had my heart.
Welcome back. Right now we're going to check out a music video from a local artist named Orlando Napier. Orlando's been a favorite of the show and has been playing his blues, soul, inspired music up and down State Street for the last few years. Now he's taking his show to LA. He's currently in the studio recording a new EP, which will be out in March. Let's check out Measure of a Man right now on BackBeat.
got to curtail it to find a measure of a man. I got to get to know myself so I can better understand. Recreate my image from who I was to who I am. So the next time we meet, I know exactly where I stand, baby. There must be something that I can say or I could do. 'Cause I give anything to give something to you, baby. And I'd be anybody to be someone to you. I'd do anything. Just tell me how to. Back on the street, out of the dust storm, into a world I don't longer know. I walk downtown, I see you in the restaurant. You're with a man I used to love. To him you mean nothing, but to me you're everything. Ain't that something, baby? Ain't that something, baby? There must be something that I can say or I could do. 'Cause I give anything to give something to you, baby. And I'd be anybody to be someone to you. I'd do anything. Just tell me how to. If I could be anybody, who would I be? If I could be in that man's place, you'd be sitting next to me. If I was wearing that man's shoes, you'd be walking next to you. If I could do anything, that's exactly what I do. To him it mean nothing, but to me you're everything. Ain't that something, baby? Lord, ain't that something, baby? There must be something that I can say or I could do. 'Cause I give anything to give something to you, baby. And I'd be anybody to be someone to you. I'd do anything. Just tell me how to.
Here's a short note for you. A Columbia University study revealed students that include arts are found to be more cooperative, more self-confident, and better able to express their ideas.
Welcome back to BackBeat. I'm Jeff Timer, and I am joined by the lovely Haddon Cord. Haddon, welcome.
Hi.
So it's been a while. I think the last time you were on BackBeat, you were bustling with energy, you said?
Yes, last time I did BackBeat, I was so excited. And my drummer and I, we had never been on TV before.
Yeah.
So I remember my drummer, he texted like 90 people in his phone. Literally, he was like, I texted 90 people.
Right,
because he
you know
was
it's
so
not live.
excited.
No.
We had like a viewing party.
Oh,
and we
really?
were like,
Good.
TV, we're like, we're on TV.
I know, it's weird, right? It's weird to be on TV. That's awesome. So thank you for
yeah.
coming back.
Of
We
course.
had to catch up and see what you're doing. And we know you recently moved to LA. So what's that been like? That's a big, small town girl going to a big city. So what's that like?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, there's a lot going on down there, lots of interesting things, and it's very, very different. And I love being able to come back to Santa Barbara and just like be able to breathe and think and, you know, be able to work. And
you've been recording down there as well and co-writing, right?
I've been co-writing, yeah. I'm getting ready to get into the studio. I've been working with different co-writers, which is a new thing for me.
Yeah, I can
and
imagine.
I've loved it, and it's really been good for me in improving my songwriting skills and just learning.
Well, now that you're co-writing, are you going to come out with a new record soon, or?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
good. So
I can't mention too much about that.
All right.
Well, not everything is like set in stone.
But it does exist, and it will be out in 2013.
I'm working on a new record, and I'm really, really excited about it.
Well,
I've been putting my whole heart into it.
We cannot wait to hear it. And right now, let's check out "Just Friends" by N4N.
What's been going on lately? Well, baby, it's new and it's driving me crazy. And truth be told, boy, I don't wanna be tied down. I'm alright with what we got surrounded. Don't know how long what we have is gonna last. I've always heard this never works in the past, but we're just friends who like to kiss sometimes. We're just friends, don't need my heart on the line. We're just friends, having ourselves a good time. We're just friends, good old friends, ooh yeah. Well, I've been working hard lately, and baby, I'm stressed, it's a little bit crazy. And to be told, boy, oh, you mean so much to me. We're just friends, and that's how it needs to be. Yeah, yeah. Don't really know what we got going here, but I'm the first to admit it's a little weird that we're just friends who like to kiss sometimes. We're just friends, don't need my heart on the line. We're just friends, having ourselves a good time. We're just friends, good old friends, ooh yeah. No problems to be solved as long as our hearts aren't involved. We're just friends who like to kiss sometimes. We're just friends, don't need my heart on the line. We're just friends, having ourselves a good time. Just friends, good old friends, ooh yeah. Just friends, just friends, just friends, yeah.
And we're back with one of my favorite bands in Santa Barbara, Dante Elephante. Welcome, guys.
Hey, everyone.
So 2012 was a great year for you guys. You've played a million shows all over Santa Barbara, Soho, Velvet Jones, Whiskey Richards, Muddy Waters, your backyard, wherever these guys will play. I'm still trying to book them for my backyard. But tell me about 2013, what you guys want to do. I heard you recently recorded a few songs.
Yeah, we went to Orange Whip in Old Town Goleta and recorded 2 new songs, and hopefully that will be the start of a new EP.
So are you gonna do more songs, or is it just gonna be 2 songs?
I think we want to do more songs. It'd be, if we can get up to 5, put up a good EP.
Solid EP of 5 songs. And is it what? Describe your sound for the people and who are watching right now.
I guess it's more like surf rock. I've been told it's something Santa Barbara people would be into. It's
so
classic.
Is your crowd a surf crowd, or is it?
It's usually an interesting crowd. Usually our friends, but usually the people.
It's a good mix.
Yeah,
of people,
it's anyone. I think it's pretty universal.
And is Do you gravitate to that genre for any particular reason? Do you have some influences or?
Not really. It's just something that came out. Like I have an old independent like review of my old band in high school, and it said the same thing. So
really, it's just in you.
Yeah, it's just in me. It's what comes out.
All right, well, hey, that's what it's about. Great lyrics, great band, Dante Elephante. Let's listen to one of your videos that you guys did recently with Cox on BackBeat. It's called "All the Time."
Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the show. And please remember to support music and musicians in your community. I'll see you next time on BackBeat. A big thanks to Playback Recording Studio for supplying the location for BackBeat. Playback Recording Studio is a cutting-edge recording facility for film, television, and music production. If you would like to be on BackBeat or have any ideas or interesting stories of people that make a difference in our community by using music, please go to our Facebook page and search SB BackBeat.